haven't talked about this before, but we've created this culture where we have made it okay to quit on our dreams in pursuit of financial stability.
Yeah. And
hold up. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here thinking about how many people got divorced while in the making of Power World.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build the game.
alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in the lab once again at 4:22 a.m. But before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. How are we doing, Mac?
I want to start off reminding y'all that when we start these episodes, when Mark says the time, is because we make time for this.
Amen.
He says the time because we want you guys to know that we make time for this podcast. I've been doing real good, dog. I've been feeling real motivated, feeling really inspired with my time off. Learning a lot of new lessons, just by watching and paying attention to things that normal people wouldn't pay attention to. But we're gonna get to that on this podcast. Ma, how you been doing, bro?
About the same, real inspired. And it's interesting because like it's not enough time. I really want to take my time back, and I'm just like I'm to the point now where I'm like I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of not being where I want to be, and I'm just like, all right, bump everything else. We grinding like all gas, no brakes, and it's just. It's so much. I'm like I'm far, but I'm in the journey. I've started, and there's no turning back now. So
yeah,
success is on the horizon.
One thing I remember telling Alyssa during when she was giving birth is you gotta trust the process. And she's just like, I need to be done. I'm like, hey, I feel you. You want this to be over.
Yeah.
You want this to be over with, but you got a long way to go. So just hang in there. Just hang in there. I can't do much, but I can tell you just hang in there. Just keep going. One more time. Just one more time. So trust the process is what I say about that one. That's real luck. That's real. Because we get into this mode, man, we just start thinking about the stretch that we got coming in front of us. And the stretch that we got coming in front of us, it don't justify the stuff that we left behind us. And you get to this point where you feel like, yo, it's really worth it. Like, what am I doing here, bro? Like, what's happening right now? So trust the process, folks. That's a real thing. You get to this point right here, bro. It's like, yo, I want to quit. Like, this is rough. Like, this don't even feel like it's worth it, man. But yeah, dog. Especially what we about to get into on this episode, y'all. Like, I just want y'all to keep that in mind. Trust the process.
Yep. And it's interesting though, like, and I think we talked about it. I think it was it Kobe Bryant or I don't
Mama
know.
mentality.
I think so, right? And it's interesting how sports players, I don't know if like they're naturally in this mode or like they acquired it over time or something like that, or they learned it, but like they'll put themselves through hell. I'm talking about like I be seeing like some bodybuilder videos or something that just come across the screen, and I'm like, the amount of stuff that people put their body through just to get to a certain goal, a certain weight, a certain body physique or something is outside looking in. You would see that person like, yo, that person's insane. Like, they'll be lifting and like a muscle will go out. They'll get like a tear or something somewhere, and like they recover, they go through it, they recover, and then they back as soon as they can get right back into the gym. They right back in there, working, going through whatever, just to get to whatever they want, whatever physique they want, whatever goal they're going for. They have that mentality to nothing will stop me. I might have some setbacks, but nothing will stop me. And I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, that reminds me of for all my wrestling fans out there. Reminds me of Cody Rhodes when he first went back to WWE. This man on his third match back in WWE, he wrestled in the Hell in a Cell match with a torn pectoral muscle, like a real joint, like a real torn pectoral muscle. Like he got in that joint, and like he took his coat off, and the whole his whole right chest plate was blue, like the whole joint, like all from the nipple to the shoulder, the whole joint was blue, bro. I was like, God, you about to do what? And he wrestled in that match and he won that joint. That was the worst part about it. I was like, yo, like wrestling fake. Yes, let's go ahead and put it out there. Wrestling is fake, but I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can fake this one. Yeah, like, this is a little too real. It's a little too real for me.
It's fake to an extent. Like it's a little bit of acting, but like sometimes them hits, them actually they actually getting hit sometimes.
I don't know if you can fake a boot to the chin, dog. Like I don't know. Like especially when they start freeze framing them joints, dog. Like you can see dudes' whole face jiggling. Like nah, like you. But I like you said, it take a good actor, bro. And I don't know if I can, like personally, I can't see myself acting like you didn't just kick me in the face. Like I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. Yeah.
All right. So it's the thing about like working towards your goal, right? We get into this mindset, like you said, some people in our same shoes will get to this point and and turn tail and run right back into whatever's comfortable, 9 to 5, living with your parents, whatever, right? And my thing is, right, like you made it so far, or you made it, you took that first step. And I know, people in our type of environment, they don't really know what the journey has in store for them. And I believe no one does. No one truly knows what the journey has. Like Jeff Bezos didn't know what he was gonna go through to get to, the point he is now, Elon Musk, and so forth and so forth. Like they started like they had the same similar start as we did. Again, they might have more resources, they might have a little bit more knowledge in something, but knowledge will give you that confidence to keep going. Like if you just jump into something just off of a whim, it's gonna be a short fuse. You're gonna light it and it's gonna go out as soon as the wind blows. It's just gonna get snuffed out. But like you have to put yourself in a mindset that, all right, I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna learn on the way, and I'm gonna continue to learn on the way, and whatever grows from it, I'm gonna nourish it. I'm gonna make sure that it produces something at the end of it. like we've said this on the podcast many times before. Like you only succeed when you succeed. You start something, you don't quit, and in the end, that is what's gonna produce something great. Like people around you might not believe in it, but if you believe in it, it's definitely gonna provide something for you. You know.
Absolutely, man. All right, so that helps transition into what we're here to talk about today. And Marcus and I talked about it recently. And y'all know, like I try not to get consumed with the consumer part of everything. But you know, sometimes you get you get trapped in that, you know, and you can't necessarily help it. You know, but we talked about the new video game Power World.
Mm-hmm.
And we can get into that in a second. Mark, have you played that joint yet? You played it, right?
Yeah, I put a couple hours into that joint.
It's an amazing game, dog. It's an amazing game. Like I don't know how it took us this long. 2024, bro. I don't know how it took us this long to get to the point where, you know, a joint makes sense. Like just every mechanic about that joint just makes sense, bro. Like I'm like, yo, how did they not do this already?
Right. And Brett, like it ain't even like polished.
No, I'm
like
saying
it still got like, you know, it's still rough around the edges, but I'm just like, yo, if this was like a big company, this thing could look so much better. And like,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it was it's just the companies was afraid because of, you know, the other bigger company, the well-known company was gonna come after them or something, or I don't know. But like this just run-of-the-mill team was like, yo, we have an idea, we want to do something, we did it, and 19 million sales and counting.
Oh, we have like 24 now.
24 now? Oh man.
Yeah. And that was as of a week ago. Yeah,
And
man.
like when you do so well like that, like they weren't even expecting that big of a success rate, but it was just like,
Yeah.
what are you to do? Like no one else is doing it. We have this idea. Let's go for it. You know.
Yeah. And I digress on that topic, but I was watching a video recently. Yeah, no, like I like to dive deep into things, you know, as my 9 to 5 still tells me that I should be able to do. But you know, I like to dive deep on things. End up finding a video talking about, you know, some of the background things that happen, you know, behind the scenes of the making of that game. And now I'm watching the video, and the first thing that stood out to me was reading the article that came up in the video, and the developers of the game said that even though it took us 3 years to get to this point, with all of the backing and all of the funding, because they crowdfunded that game for a while. I remember the crowdfunding efforts on that joint. They said that with all that said and done, all of the crowd contributions, they said that if the game doesn't do well within a week, we would have to file for bankruptcy. Within a week, they would have to file for bankruptcy if the game doesn't do well. So I don't know if y'all know what that means, but a company filing bankruptcy, it like this ain't something like a book, right? Like you can't put a book out there, or even if Ascension Media had to file bankruptcy, the Arcane Calamity is still on Amazon. So like it ain't like that. If a video game company filed bankruptcy, they got to pull the game out of circulation, y'all. So like they knew full well that this is it. Like no matter what we do at this point, this is the point where this is the game day. Like nah, scratch that. This ain't game day. This is that final play. This that buzzer beater right here. Like I can imagine what the pressure was like at the moment where they hit the last click or made that last phone call to get that game up, or when they said that it's going to be out on this day. What was going on in that room that day when they said that this is the final play, this is the moment that we dreamed of. So like if it don't go right now, then it's over. Like all of the time and dedication that we put into this is over. And I'm thinking like, yo, these are probably people with full-time jobs, dog.
Yeah.
Like these are probably people who was just doing this in their spare time, but like a passion project, bro. People like college students who put in they like internships into this stuff, bro. Like I can't even imagine what was going on. I want to do a little more research to it, but that's all I got so far. But like I thought that was enough to bring a whole episode to this, because like, yo, we do not put our full effort into things, and this right here shows that there are people out here who are putting their full effort into something that they're not getting paid for.
Ooh, yep. And just like as I was saying at the beginning, like nobody knows what the end of their journey is gonna look like, and they're not even done yet. Like this is still their beginning. They're still in the beginning process, right? And like it's a Hail Mary play that normal people or people that are stuck in a 9-to-5 aren't willing to do. And it's like there's a reason to do these things. There's a reason to, like, when you're stuck in that rut and like feel like there's nowhere to go, just do something, do something different. Just figure out what you want to do and just do it. Like, forget everything else. Get into the trenches and just do it, right? Like Max said, like these people were about to file for bankruptcy. Like they were like, all right, this is it. Like we're gonna put this out there. We've been working at this for a while, and I seen one of the videos where they had to scrap a big chunk of it and redo it. Like at first the game was done in like a previous version of Unreal Engine, and then Unreal Engine 5 came out and they were like, yo, this has better graphics and all this other stuff. We need that. We need to put this into that. So they scrapped it, redid it in Unreal Engine 5, and look at it now.
So what you saying, Mark? Is hope that they had to go back to book one.
Mm-hmm.
They had to go back to book one. What you saying is hope. All right, I got you.
And I'm just like,
let's go.
You'll come across things like that, and like people will lose hope. Like, man, I gotta do this over again. I gotta redo something I've already done. I've already put time and effort into, and still have hope that it's gonna succeed. Like, if I'm already, kind of second guessing myself, what are all these other people gonna think? And it's just like, no one knows those small little moments like that unless they do deep dives or unless you tell them or whatever. But like, even though that's a part of like your origin story, like people don't understand, like that gives people inspiration. You did what? You had to basically make the game over from scratch. You had to make the game twice.
You ain't never got paid for it?
Right?
Man, nah.
And it's like, with all those things, with all those like setbacks, I'm pretty sure it's a countless number of them. Like unknown factors. It's not just, oh, I make the graphics, I make the character models, the music, and all this other stuff, and then just post the game. There's a lot more things on the back end that you gotta do, the marketing and all this other stuff. But still, they put all that time and effort into this game, and at the last minute, they're like, all right, we made it. We came this far. Let's post it. They posted it. And I want to say they blew past their goal in the first week, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, they had to. Otherwise, they would have
right.
went bankrupt.
And I'm like, this ain't the first time this has happened. There's another game company, Square Enix. They did the same thing with one of their games, Final Fantasy, and back against the wall. They're not making enough money. And I think for their story, they were working on like another game.
Yeah, they were working on a few other giants.
We're gonna bump all that. We're not going, just completely destroy it. We just gonna put that to the side. We're gonna focus on this. This is my passion product. This is what I want.
The main thing.
This is the main thing that we're gonna focus on, and we're gonna release it. And now we're on Final Fantasy 16, 17, 16.
Are they still making them jokers?
They are still making Final Fantasies to this day.
Ain't it just Kingdom Hearts now? Like they just combine all of it together. Like that's not how they. All right, never mind.
Eventually, that would be pretty dope if they just kind of, because I don't know if Disney is still in with Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if.
Yeah, they got another one coming out.
I've seen somewhere it was like Disney was kind of like pulling back or something, not like just taking everything out of theirs.
That's new to me because they definitely showed a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4 at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. So like I don't know.
It is what it is, but just that mentality alone of I'm gonna put my all into something without thinking of all the negatives. It's something there. It's something there in that mindset that produces countless, limitless possibilities. Like when you're just, I don't even know the word. I'm guessing like unashamed or just willing to do anything to succeed, no matter the outcome. Like it frees you. Like when you started the book, when you just like, all right, I'm gonna write this book. How did you feel afterwards?
After what?
After you wrote the book, after you started writing.
Oh, powerful, bro.
Exactly.
Like I can do anything. Like I felt like, now that, because you get to a point where you move from I have faith to I believe. Now, a lot of people they group those together. They control G them boys, but they not the same, bro. Like when you got faith in something, that means that you are looking for something that is unseen.
Mm-hmm.
But can you imagine faith when you see something? Like, just think about that. Like, do I need faith if I'm seeing it? Like, this is real. So when I wrote the book for the first time, and not like, because I like before I actually wrote the book, the first book, the Gem State Siege, which I might remind you guys that wasn't the book before I wrote it. It was the pre-series, it was supposed to be the entry level book, like that brings you into the real book, and then it became the real book, because all the other books is where I scrapped and rewrote multiple times. Like I got a book right now that I rewrote 7 times already, and I still got to rewrite it when I get back to it in chronologically in the series. So when I finished writing the Gem State Siege, it was the very first book that I ever finished, that I ever put down, that I ever put on paper, that I ever seen the cover for. So like when I got to that point, it was like, yo, this is real now. Like, ain't no faith no more. You ain't got faith no more. You are a believer. You are a believer. Like, so move like a believer. So I made a complete transition in my character because the product was there in front of me. So it made something happen to me. It made a switch. It completely flipped the switch up and uninstalled the switch. Now that switch is on. Like, I don't go back to faith no more. There is no faith right now. This is all belief. So that's what I move on, belief now.
That's good. Good. And it's sad that a lot of people won't get to that point because they can't get past that first hurdle. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Take Final Fantasy, take Power World, take Mac for an example. They did these things. Now that it's out, now a product has been produced. What was in their head, what was in their minds, what was in their hearts is now put out there. Now that they can clearly see that people are interested in this book, people are interested in this story, people are interested in this game, you know, people are interested in this music, like, and in all three of those categories, all three of those things, not only is the creator or creators are benefiting from it, like Mac's legacy is going to benefit from this. The whole group of Final Fantasy, the musicians, the people that did the music, the people that did the graphic designs, you know, they could go to any industry in their field and excel. You did what? You were a part of the making of the Aether Universe. You were a part of the making of Final Fantasy. You were that small tag team group of Power. Man, come on in. Like, share your expertise. What was it like? What was your story? You know, I'm pretty sure Power is gonna be in an interview. Final Fantasy, they've already been in their interviews. They probably still going to interviews about, oh, what are y'all gonna do now? They got, what is that?
They have press releases now. They do
now,
like,
yeah.
yeah. They upgraded.
When they want to drop something, they got the
they do a whole direct about it.
Yep. And I remember one of them, they had a whole orchestra just like in the front playing as the screen draws back.
I remember
and
that.
I was like,
that.
Y'all showing off now. Like, I understand y'all got like 14, 15 games, but y'all showing off.
Yeah.
Y'all need to chill.
At this point now, when Final Fantasy, when they come out with a joint, they get their whole section. They get a whole section to themselves at E3.
Yep.
Like, it's like Xbox games, PlayStation 5 games, Nintendo games, Square Enix. Like, they get their own joint, like, for real, because like everybody uses them. Like, you can find like, they went from having one game that wasn't selling and having to remake, bro. You talking about remaking the game, bro? Then they had to remake one of the games that they had, like, completely redo that joint from scratch after releasing it. Like, after releasing it, they had to redo one of their games. So like, you talking about somebody who went from there and going all the way to the point where now they got not only that game, but they're now outsourced. They're now the source that other platforms go to make their own exclusive content, bro. Come on now, bro. Like, we talking, Dragon Quest is theirs, right? Dragon Quest. You know, you got the Monster Hunter is Square Enix too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
They might partner with Capcom.
Okay, that's Capcom. Okay. But Capcom even got some games with them.
Yeah, like they have their hands in, like, I want to say every platform now.
Every platform, bro. They literally have a exclusive game for every platform, bro.
Yeah. And it's just like,
and Disney. Don't even forget about that. Come on, bro. Right. Come on, bro. Don't even forget about that. Which Hold that thought right quick, bro. I'm just thinking about it. Like, yo, it's marketing genius to do that project, bro. Like, I don't know how that came about. Like, I don't know how it was like, okay, you know, we're gonna do a Disney video game, and we're gonna get Square Enix to do it, bro. Like, I don't know how that decision was made, but you think about you Square Enix, bro, and your biggest marketing campaign wasn't even a marketing campaign at all. You ain't had to put no money into it. You ain't had to advertise nothing. You just put your name on it and just drop one or two of your characters in it. biggest marketing push ever, bro. Come on now.
So rumor is that all happened in an elevator conversation.
Come on.
Both the CEOs was in the elevator at one time. They got to talking. And it was like, yo, we could do that.
Drop your elevator pitch, bro.
Let's do that.
Drop your elevator pitch, bro. Drop your elevator pitch, bro. What, 15 seconds. Sell me in 15 seconds, bro. Sell me this pen in 15 seconds, bro. That's what that was right there. Okay. All right. Got it. It makes sense now. All right.
Just moments like that, right? So we see it in the movies, we see it on TV shows or whatever. You know, the main character, MC, he's down on his luck. You know, the pursuit of happiness. Even, you know, he got this one product in his head. He believes, he has faith that his product or his vision is gonna change lives. It's gonna be the hottest thing, like hotcakes. And they go for it. They shoot they shot. They talk to whoever they need to. They stand in the lobby for hours, for days, keep coming back and saying, hey, I'm such and such. I have this idea and it's gonna change lives. And they gonna get the door shut in front of course. Part of the journey. But they have faith and they believe in not only themselves but their product. And they keep going until they get that yes. They don't take no for an answer, even though there's probably 1,000 or 1 billion no's before they get to that one yes. But they still go for it. They still believe. They still, put their head down, work on it, improve on it until they become successful. I don't understand it. Like, even before, we started this podcast, I've always seen it. I've always known of it. But, like, I don't understand why other people don't. Like, in order to be successful, like, literally all you have to do is be successful.
Let's go there, bro. Like, let's address the elephant. That's what we good at, right? We address the elephant. Like, why is it that, and you just said you don't know, but let's dig into it a little bit, because I believe we can flesh something out. I feel like there's something that we've been in corporate America long enough. Our family blue collar, like, I feel like we can flesh something out and try to figure out why blue collar people don't particularly see those things, like why they don't treat their own goals like that, why they never move from faith, or why they ain't got faith.
Yeah,
you talking about belief, you got to have faith in order to even have belief.
And I'm like, all right, you work this 9 to 5, you do everything in your willpower to cheat the system. We went here before. Poor people, blue collar people love cheating the system, right? But, like, if you make your own system, if you have your own whatever, you're golden, right? But I'm like, why aren't we putting effort into our own creativities? Why aren't we putting, just X amount of time into something other than a job? And I'm like, just work at whatever you want until you become successful, until, you get to a point where you're making money from it. Work at something until you mastered it. Like, I don't, we got people that can take apart an engine, put it back together, build a whole engine from scraps, go to a junkyard, pick out parts, and build something. And I'm like, you don't find enjoyment from that? You don't find some type of inspiration to just like get in front of a camera and do that, or like just do that in general and like flip it, like sell it on the back end or something? Like, there's money in the flipping cars. Till this day, everybody needs a car.
I mean, that's where used car dealerships are. They flip cars.
Basically. And like,
you get a license and you flip cars. Like, that's literally what they do. They buy old junkers. They say, all right, these joints, and most of them, like, if you do Carfaxes on them, they all like second owner, third owner, been wrecked before, rebuilt. Like that's literally what a used car lot is.
And even that, right? Take that for an example. We see that there's a need for it. We see that there's other people out here doing it, excelling at it, doing great things in it. And we still just settle with the 9 to 5. I'm like, what happened to where we just like all our creativity, all our motivation to do, inspiration, all this other stuff, and we just settle in the 9 to 5? Like, you watching TV, you see your favorite show has a main character that does a Hail Mary tactic, or that does something, and you don't get inspired by that. You don't feel like you could do the same thing. Like, what blinds people from things like that, from motivation, from inspiration, from just wanting to do better? Like, the prices on things go up, and you're struggling even more to pay for things. That don't light a fire under your butt. Like, all right, this 9 to 5 ain't paying the bills. It ain't. I'm eating ramen noodles every day.
Yeah.
And people are fine with that.
I just don't understand, like, my issue with the whole thing is that people never even take a chance on themselves, Mark.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even bother. Like, and it's almost like they don't even believe in them. And like, I'm just trying to figure out how we get to a whole culture of people who ain't got no belief in themselves, dog. Like, I don't understand how we got there. Like, it's so typical to hear somebody talk about something that they're passionate about, and then flip the whole entire conversation on his head and say something like, "Yo, I don't feel like I can do that, so let me just, go get a job." Talked about, and, I met a girl one time, man, and I feel like I know exactly why it happens, and I'm gonna make a speculation, and I want you to tell me if you think that this is like, if it's realistic or not, because this is just the way I see it, right? We met a girl one time, and we was introduced to her by Paris, and we met her at a convention. Turns out that she was the daughter of somebody that we work with, and this girl was passionate about her art. Like, all she wanted to do was her art. Like, she was on YouTube for a bit. She followed her passion for a bit. She was at conventions. She was the one that inspired me to go get a table at the next convention. We talked. I tried to get her involved in Aether or whatever, but for whatever reason, like, we talked to her mom about it, and her mom was just like, "Well, I'm glad she got a job now." Blase, blase, split. And the conversation kind of went there, and I was like, "Yeah, so, but what is she doing with her art though? Like, she's still in her art." And her mom, the only thing she could talk about was her job, or her having a job. And shortly after that, we ended up seeing that the girl worked with us at Amazon. So, like, my speculation is that we kind of created this culture where, hey, I'm gonna stop acting like we haven't talked about this before, but we've created this culture where we have made it okay to quit on our dreams in pursuit of financial stability.
Yeah. And
Hold up. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here thinking about how many people got divorced while in the Making a Power world. I'm just being realistic, bro.
Oh, all right. You're gonna hurt him with that one. All right, so taking it back a couple of steps, right? It blows my mind how people have those conversations about like a dream that they want to accomplish, or something, and they start talking about it. They getting into it, they passionate about it. It's like, yeah, you could do that, and all this other stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like you respawn, or you hit the reset button, and it's just like, oh well, I can't do that, so I have to work a job. So you're just right back, and I'm like, what just happened? What are you talking about? Like, you could be doing so much more right now. You went to school for this, and XYZ, and then you got like skin in the game, and like you just rather work a 9 to 5 than go for it.
Know what I'm saying? What kills me, Mark, is when folks got a reputation in what they do, bro. You got a reputation and you still can't follow through.
Like, y'all don't understand, people. There's some people that we know personally that like they have the proof of concept, right?
Bro.
They got.
I'm so glad we on the same page, bro. I'm so glad we on the same page, bro. Keep going.
They done something. They done put something out there, and that thing like blew up for a quick second.
So pissed.
And it was like, the work got too tough, or like they couldn't find time to do what they needed to do or something like that. And I'm just like,
but you got
because you here,
man. You got plenty of time, man. All you gotta do is take a chance, bro. All you gotta do is take a chance, dog.
And it's like, for a visual interpretation of what we're talking about, right? It's like you build this giant snowball, and like you want to do the snowball effect and push it down the hill. You done built it up, you done got ready, you just stop.
Nah, I got you. We're gonna bring it back home to the podcast, right? It's almost like Mark completely learning Blender, up, down, left, right. Learn Blender, learn Unreal Engine 6, because Unreal Engine 5, Unreal Engine 6, whatever that comes out. Mark learning all that, and talking to somebody in the industry right now. Say he talking to somebody, a big game developer, and they say, "Yo, come work for me, or come do this project or whatever." It's not going to look. Financially, it's not going to look right at the beginning because the product ain't necessarily out yet. So you're going to be freelancing for the time being until the product come out. Then you get paid on the back end. It's almost like that. But this man decides that, okay, well, I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing, locating pipes underground, and try to do that on the side, and get pissed because I can't do that on the side because I need to dedicate more time into it, and just never do it. And then continuously do what he's doing right now, and not follow through when the guy said, and then the project that he was inquired to work on, somebody else work on, and become wildly successful because it still need to be done.
Yep.
James Patterson reached out to me and said, I needed a ghostwriter for a sci-fi fantasy story. My name is going to be mostly on it. It's going to be my story, but you can ghostwrite it for me and we can work on it together. I can pitch you the idea, you can write it. It's not going to look good at first, but it'll boost your reputation. And I say, okay, well, I'm just gonna keep working at Amazon because I don't know. I just don't know nothing about that. I don't know. I ain't getting paid for it, so I gotta keep working at Amazon. And then James Patterson said, "Well, you missed the deadline, and I don't necessarily like that, so I gotta go find somebody else."
Mm.
And then that book becomes a bestseller novel, becomes a movie or a critically acclaimed TV show.
Yep. And I believe that's what it is. I think you hit the nail on the head on that one. Like, people are so driven by money. Like, if it doesn't, if whatever we're doing doesn't get us paid in a timely manner, and whatever quick process people think you get money in, they just quit. They go right back to the 9 to 5, and I'm just like, first of all, that's not how the world works, right? That person that does art, that does commission for art, that makes musical scores. There's a process where they're not making any money. They're just doing what they're doing, and then their finished product at the end makes all the big money. They suffer now in this journey, and then when they're done, when they come out on the other end, they charge thousands, they charge hundreds, they charge what you make in a week. They make that in one commission. They make that in one job. They make that drawing for 2 hours, or however proficient they are in whatever they're doing. They make 10 times as much as you do.
Today's pain is tomorrow's promise, bro. That's like, people ain't that quote ain't come out of thin air, dog. Like, today's pain is tomorrow's promise. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, how is it that we made it okay to chase today's money? Like, you just chasing today's money. Like, for the people who had opportunities in front of them, and they decided not to do the opportunity. They decided not to pursue the opportunity because it wasn't paying them right now. And I've been there before. Like, I've done that. But, I was a teenager. Like, I ain't know the world. We talking about full-grown adults who decide that they are not going to follow their passion because their passion ain't paying the bills right now. Like, you can't downsize, bro.
Yep.
Like, you can't take a chance on you, dog. Like, yo, what is it? Like, how did you get to a point where you had so little faith in yourself? This ain't got nothing to do with the opportunity that come to you. This is the fact that you ain't got no faith in you. You ain't got no confidence in yourself. And, we talk about some people who actually got skills. You got proof of concept in front of you. How do you not have faith in yourself enough to say, all right, yo, maybe I'm not going to get paid for this right now, but once I get in here and I add my value, these people they ain't got no choice but to pay me. How you not feel like that? Especially considering that you've gotten paid for it on multiple occasions. Like, I just don't understand how this happens, bro. I don't get it. Like, how do you put it in your mind that it is okay to not pursue my passion that is guaranteed to put me in front of people, especially now that I got a network? Bro, how do you have a network of people and still can't believe in yourself? Like, that don't even make sense to me. It don't even make sense, bro. But there are still people out here today who are deciding that they do not put their faith in themselves, but they will put their faith into a job. There are people out here still deciding that I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes, even no matter how many times I see it in front of me. Like, bro, can you imagine? Can you imagine I get through this 10-book series, and at the end of this 10-book series, not believing that the eighth universe will ever be anything. Can you imagine how long it'll take me to get there and get to that point and be like, Mom, I said that I was gonna do these 10 books, man, and I got a list of 93 stories. We down to 83 stories now. And I think I'm just gonna give up, bro. I'm just gonna give up and go back to work in corporate America, bro. It don't matter. Can you imagine that, dog? Can you imagine? Hey, it's welcome. Put hands on, lay hands on me. I'm talking recruit hands. Recruit hands to come lay hands on me, dog. Like, for real. Like, I am being all serious when I say that. Like, yo, put me in check, dog. For real. But here I am with so much belief and so much faith that I got faith that I ain't even gonna be the one writing the 83 stories. How deep that is. Like, how do we make that transition? Like, and that's the thing that I'm trying to get to. Like, I want to understand, and we need to make it. Bruh, I don't know if we got a long enough space for this episode, dog. Like, our time slot ain't long enough, bruh. But y'all got to get to a point. Hey, if you ain't got a monster in your head, dog, shit, you got to create one, dog. And we talked about, but Marcus talked about the mama mentality, dog. I want to talk about the bull, bro. I want to talk about Jordan, dog, because Jordan ain't had no problem, bro. No problem. But for everybody who ever played alongside Michael Jordan and against Michael Jordan, they said this man made a problem. He made a problem, and he was the only resolution was him. So, like, what that looked like was Mike be on the court, and they be about to square off or do the jump off, or what is it called, the jump off, right? The tip off. Or they be about to do the tip off, and Mike look at somebody on the other team and be like, "What you say about my mama?" And dude just be like, "They're like, what?" Like, oh. Bro, I said hello. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I said, what's up, man? What you say about my mama? Bro, dude was literally out here, and like, man, I can't remember who they say he lost to, but he lost to somebody, and Mike's response was something along the lines of, "That'll be the last time anybody ever do that to me again." Oof. And it was so confident because it's like, yo, there's so many variables, Mike, that you can't control. What do you mean by that? You'll see. So he went in on every situation. He practiced for the moment that he lost. Mm-hmm. He practiced for the moment. He said, I bet. That's how you want to play it. Nobody, not just you, nobody will ever do that to me again. And nobody ever did. So this man literally made up scenarios. And they said that, Kobe kind of came through after the fact and did the same exact thing. These men, they stood in their arenas and they believed so much that they were the solution to the problem. And even when there was no problem, I'm talking when they on top, winning the game, dominating the competition, they were still in that mode like, yo, there's a problem here. It's like, okay, what's the problem, Mike? We 30 points up. What's the problem? We not 60 points up. What do you mean, what's the problem? It's like 10 seconds left in the game. They like one play left. And they still trying to make the buzzer beater shot from across the court. Like it's the last point ever. Like, yo, like for real, like there are people out here who put their all into what they got going on. And I want people to understand that even though it's not looking the way you thought it was going to look, there's no reason for you to stop.
Hmm.
In fact, there's more reason for you to keep going than to stop, bro.
Yep. Everybody wants the journey to be this golden platter, this pretty looking whatever, and the journey ain't pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be times where you're at ends meet. You're at that point where
Where your ends don't meet.
right. So people are driven by money, right? And in the journey, you're not gonna have it. You're not gonna get it as soon as you want. It's almost like you gotta plant that seed, nurture it, and then it'll grow on its own time. Once you do your part, you let the world, you let God do his part. Once you put it out there, you just let him do his part, right? So it's like, it's insane to me that people don't just be creative and do things that they love. Like you said, about, the divorces in Power World or whatever. Like, you would rather sit there, fester in this 9 to 5. You so negative. You so just down in the dumps. Don't believe in you. Don't believe in yourself. Don't believe in others. Don't have faith that what you do, what you know, can push you over the edge, push you over the hump that you're in. You just rather sit in that 9 to 5 and just fester in it. And I'm like, why do we do this to ourselves? All because of money? Like, if you put your head down, work on that craft, the possibilities of making money is endless. The possibility of making money only scales to what you're willing to do. And then once you get to a certain point, it scales to, all right, who am I willing to teach to do the things that I know how to do? And I'm like, is it because, we started this podcast, we started our entrepreneur journey, that we know these things? Like, people aren't seeking this information. People aren't, learning how to turn their passion into this lucrative business or career or whatever.
I think I figured it out. Go ahead. My bad.
I'm baffled. And I'm like, all it takes is hard work. All it takes is that mentality that what I do, what I'm doing here, is gonna produce something at the end. And the people that already got skin in the game and all this other stuff, all you need is a lens to focus on whatever you're trying to do. If you want to go and work with a big company, all right, keep working. Do some passion projects of your own, and also take some of their products and make it better. And once they see that people are interested in what you got, oh, they knocking at your door. Once you provide value, once your work provides value for like a big time company or anybody in general, they coming to you. You don't have to go to them. A lot of times, it's crazy how we seek a job or how we seek others to give us money, when all we have to do is become a master of what we got, master at our talents, and make ourselves available. People come running to us. Like, people start giving you money. They just start throwing money at you. Like, hey man, I need this done. I'll drop a stack. I don't care the price. I just need this book written.
Or you name your price.
Like, right? Like, how much you need to do this?
this one that I just recently heard that there's been people doing like somebody gave ETA a check. It was like a blank joint. It was like, yeah, right, whatever.
I ain't never.
I ain't never heard it, never in my life, bro. Never in my life, bro. Like real talk. Like dude was like,
only seen that in movies.
Dude was just handed them. He just printed off a stack of them joints and was like, yeah, just write whatever you need.
Like, oh man, but people can get there in life. Like people that is honestly attainable, but people don't want to go through the journey to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said before, the journey is not gonna look pretty. You're gonna be low on funds. You're gonna be struggling to pay the bills. You're gonna struggle in general. But like in the end, and yes, you're not gonna know what that end looks like. It's gonna pay off. In the end, the people that want your product are gonna come. You build it, they will come. It's just that simple. But we can't get over that first hump, that first initial push through the unknown, through the lack of faith that we have within ourselves. We fail to get through that, and we just end right back up at the 9 to 5, working until retirement.
I think I kind of figured it out on the back end as we were going through all of these different scenarios or whatnot. I think I kind of figured it out, bro. Like I feel like people, because you said something about like somebody doing and I feel like I know who you're talking about, but they know how to pull apart the engine and put it back together. Why don't you record that and teach other people how to do it? And I feel like the biggest issue with people nowadays is that they don't find value in helping others because they've been in this life doing so much selfishness. Like they grew up in selfishness. They only ever heard selfishness. They only live selfishness. Like they only like everything was every man for himself. Like blue collar, like the basic blue of blue collar, like you every man for himself. Like you do what you can, take what you can get kind of mentality. And like they think that the rest of the world is like that because they like that. So they don't find value in teaching others. And what I learned is that if you want to be an authority in something, the best way to be an authority in something is to teach it. And the best way to become a professional at something is to teach it. And that's why you got so many people out here playing gurus, but that's a whole different ball game in and of itself. But it all boils down to what is your ability to help people? And I think that when it comes to these people that we're talking about, or some of the examples that we have made so far, is that they don't believe in helping others. They don't. Like, you think about every conversation you ever had with every one of those individuals, and as far as helping people, especially you talking about strangers, bro, get out of here. I don't know them. What that person ever did for me? Or, go network with somebody. Same deal. Why? Okay. I don't know them. Okay. That's the point. Like you don't know them. That's what you need to, that's the part that you need to fix right there. Like, yeah. But they don't believe in helping others. And chances are, like, if you're one of the people struggling to find your way in your career, you don't believe in helping others. And that's the point that you got to get to. You got to figure out why you don't like to help others. Because if you don't figure out the why part, then it ain't gonna work. And if you think I'm lying, right? I I implore every last one of you to go read a book called Think and Grow Rich, and you'll understand why I came to that conclusion. Because there was something in that book that kind of made it clear to me that if you help people, you'll get what you want. And Warren Buffett even said, if you help enough people get to where they want to be in life, then you'll inevitably get those same people will inevitably get you to where you want to be in life.
That, so that made me think of a couple of people, right? And it made me think of the passions of a couple of people and their talents and all this other stuff. And I was just like, if these people had a group behind them, even if they didn't have complete faith in themselves, they had like one or two people in their corner, been like, look, this is my idea, this is my style of doing things. Can we work together to produce this product?
Mm-hmm.
I know a dude right now would probably be, I don't know what book he'd probably be on, but I know he would have had a printing press just printing them janks off like crazy. I'm just like, and I know it's a scary topic. It's a scary thing to do to, you know, share your idea with others. And like you said, it's that selfishness, that selfishness of, oh, this is my baby, this is my project, my passion right here. Can I trust people? Can I trust to put this in other people's hands and it be successful or something like that? And I'm like, that's a real thing people go through. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
take Final Fantasy, but the three that we mentioned, Mac, Final Fantasy, Square Enix, Pocket Pair for making Power Word or whatever. Those three companies, they had to outsource. They had to put their trust into Steam, the platform where the game is on. They had to put their trust into Xbox, because they're on Microsoft, they're on Xbox, and Xbox, whatever that subscription service is. They had to work with others outside of their group, outside of themselves, to become successful. And if you're so stuck in yourself, if you're like, oh, I am the only one that can work on this project and make it successful. I'm going to be the writer, the producer, the I'm gonna market it, and it makes sales and all that other stuff. Yes, it's possible, but that's draining. That's gonna put more and more stress on yourself. And if you don't already completely have faith in your product, you're gonna quit. You're gonna be like the people we're talking about that have skin in the game, that have that have worked with companies or whatever, but are still working a 9 to 5. Mac know who I'm talking about, and it's just knowing what I know now, and like what the guy has done, and the people he has worked with, like that industry has loyal fans. I'm talking about loyal fans. He could literally have just like a Instagram, Facebook wall feed, whatever, of nothing but that character, and that thing would blow up. I'm like, man is dope in his art, and I'm just like, you should be doing more. You should not be working a 9 to 5. But it's that whole artist
Bro, we
mentality
could have
that
been working on his characters. Like I completely imagine this characters that he was creating part of the Eighth Universe. We came up with something like introduced them, bro. Like we could have. He was like, yo, I don't do good with writing. I was like, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got you, bro. Like nah, I don't want to put no control. Like this is mine. So I'm like, all right, you got it. I learned what I could from you. Thank you for what you taught me. But we gotta part ways. I can't do this no more. This is draining. This is draining, bro.
My point exactly. You know, and I'm like,
and I don't understand what the hesitation was because like he's worried about people stealing his stuff.
I'm like,
and I'm like, you copyrighted, bro. Like, what? You got the copyright.
Yep.
What is the problem here?
And then he has a fan base already to the point where they know his style. They look forward to what he's dropping.
Right.
Like if anyone tried to copy, they'd be like, "Oh, nah, you got it from such and such." Ain't no doubt.
Like we were walking through a convention.
Yeah, you told me.
And somebody was like, "Yo, you got a joint here?" And he was like, "Nah, I ain't got nothing here." It's like, yo, you should definitely have a joint here. I'm about to say, man, you had one. I was about to follow you back to your table. Come on, dog. Like, and this is just a random person, just out somebody who just followed him on the internet. Like he ain't know this dude from Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Facts. And that person pocket probably was just burning to drop a stack on whatever he had. If he was waiting, he would have probably went back like, "Hey, yo, such and such got a table here." Bruh, I swear he would have probably had like a line if he had a table.
Bruh, I offered to share a table with him and everything, dog.
And my thing back to that, I'm gonna just say like, when dude put out something, don't he sell out?
Yeah.
All right, we ain't gonna talk about it. Anyway, people, y'all have to get into a point before you even start your journey, right? If you want to guarantee that you are going to be successful, have faith in yourself. Do whatever you got to do to build up that confidence to where it doesn't matter what anybody says, does. It doesn't matter what the environment around you looks like. As long as you keep working on what you believe in, it'll be successful. That's all it is. Put all your eggs in a basket. Put all your chips on the table because you got the winning hand. If you believe it. If you have faith and believe that your hand is the winning hand, it's going to be the winning hand. Just that simple. Like it's
have faith that even if it ain't a winning hand, you can make it a winning hand.
And that's the thing right there that is blowing my mind. I'm like, y'all understand that whatever you do, like I could sit here and draw one thing repeatedly on digital tablet, whatever, make a game asset, master it, and just make money. It just people will know me for this one asset for what. Once you become proficient at it, once you become the professional at it, people need that. People need that asset. It could be whatever. It could be barrels. Whatever game needs barrels, they're gonna look for that asset that you have. And it's that simple. It's a simple concept to understand, to follow. But like, because it doesn't bring you money as soon as you need it or as soon as you want, we don't do it. And I'm baffled. I'm just baffled. That's all I got.
I hate how you left the episode on a question, but we're gonna go ahead and roll.
I'm sorry. But like, I mean, it.
But I understand.
People get so discouraged in themselves that they don't believe that they can accomplish great things, and blame it on the environment, blame it on the upbringing, and all this other stuff. But like, at some point you're gonna have to stop blaming other people's and like look at yourself and figure out why you ain't successful. Like it's easy. It's easy to say. It's a tad bit less easy to do, but like the journey is meant to be the journey. You're gonna have to learn something. You're gonna have to go through some hardship to be successful. Like it's just there's not one person that just eased on into success. Like, you know, even if people that make $1 million that pass on to their kids, they still have to learn something to keep that million going. Like it's just not that million just don't keep adding on to itself.
They and if they don't, provide. It shows.
Yeah, right. You know, so just get out there, people. I know this world, the environment you're in, it does not promote creativity. You know, the school system is made to demote creativity. It teaches you to work a job, but just keep on your passion and do the darn thing, people.
Bro, speaking of do the darn thing, let's get off of here, bro.
Yeah, what we got coming up for the people, Mac?
In the last few chapters of the Gem State Siege, right now, man, is wild, dog. Like just the evolution of that story is it's so. I don't even know. I don't even have words to describe it, bro. Like I'm just so flabbergasted at what I was able to accomplish, and like it's a, you know, pat yourself on the back, toot your own horn kind of situation, whatever you want to call it. But like, dog, I don't know how I got here. Like I just I believe it is a masterpiece in its current state. You know, after listening to, because they said, you know, if you want to be a part of a certain market, then examine your competition. So I examined the competition, and what I found from the competition is that the competition don't sound much different than what I'm doing. The competition don't really do nothing much different than I do. They ain't really got an edge on me the way I thought they had an edge on me. So with that being said, now I'm going into it with a different set of eyes, and now I know the value of what I got in front of me. So like, bro, like this story, the Gem State Siege, like, yo, I want people to read it, and I want you to be so lost but so satisfied when you read that joint. Like I want you to be like, you know, you started at your destination when you start reading the Gem State Siege. And by the end of that joke, I want you to be out in the middle of the woods with no compass and no cell phone. Like I just want you to be lost, but really satisfied with how you got there. And that's the feeling that I'm going with when people read that Joker. And I can't wait to get to the next book and start all over again, dog. Because I got so many new ideas about to be implemented. Bruh, it's crazy. So with that being said, you know, you guys know what to do if you are interested in sci-fi fantasy. Head on over to ajmcmullen.com/newsletter so you can be the first one to know about the Gem State Siege and all the forthcoming books whenever they release, as well as other projects that I got going on. So yeah, head over there, ajmcmullen.com/newsletter.
That's what's up. Sound like a Kingdom Hearts video game.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Number one, it gave you the destination, gave you a whole bunch of characters and all this other stuff. But the storyline, oh my jeez, I'm just
man.
Like, to this day,
I don't think I ever played a game of Kingdom Hearts for the game of Kingdom Hearts. Like real talk, like I think I only ever played Kingdom Hearts for the story.
For the story. I don't know what they did, how they did it, but like they made that story so encapsulating that like you go to each game trying to figure out.
Bruh, you be up there playing the in between joints. Mm-hmm. Like you up here playing Rechain Remix. Like it's like Kingdom Hearts 1.5 dubbed edition. Like you up here playing all these other joints trying to find out the story. And it's the same exact game, but it just got different storyline. And you bought the joint with the same exact game, but different. Come on, bruh. that was actually Kingdom Hearts though. Like the way they told their stories was actually one of the a big motivator or a big inspiration in how I did things in the Eighth Universe.
Come on.
Yeah. Especially as it pertains to the people in the underworld. Like once I get to that stuff, I start talking about that. I cannot wait. That's when we start tipping over into the fantasy aspect of the Eighth Universe, and I can't wait for that, dog. Oh man,
that's dope.
Until we start hearing about my boy Cyprio. Whew.
That sounds like a dope name. I ain't gonna lie. But alrighty, people. Look forward to me posting finally on the social media janks.
About time.
I'm gonna start working on like, you know, the website aspect of stuff, so we can start putting some Morton Castle links in there. We're gonna work on that this week.
Oh, time.
We working, people. I'm excited. Not only for like myself, but like the things Matt got coming up and like the things that this podcast is gonna be doing in the future. I am excited. And on that note, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast with an elephant. It's always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. I always say with me is the Aaron Mac. And before we leave, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. And always remember that those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.